All right, so we're diving into this article today, and wow, this is fascinating stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
It's from fithit.cota.in, and the article is called "The Intersection of Financial Management and Mental Health: A Data-Driven Approach."
Catchy title.
It is catchy, and
Yeah.
and it's a really interesting topic, and I'm really curious to see what we uncover here.
I think you'll find this really eye-opening. A lot of people think of money as just numbers, but there's a lot more to it when you think about the impact it can have on us emotionally and mentally.
Yeah, and the article starts off right away by hitting us with this stat.
Oh, yeah.
It says that 72% of adults feel stressed about money at least some of the time.
72%.
Wow.
That's like most of us.
It really is, and it's not just a fleeting feeling.
Yeah.
The American Psychological Association consistently ranks financial stress as one of the top stressors that people face.
Hmm.
I mean, think about it. The pressure to pay your bills, deal with unexpected expenses, maybe you're struggling with debt.
Mm-hmm.
It all just builds up. Yeah. Debt seems to be a big theme in this article, actually. There's research cited from the Journal of Economic Psychology that links debt to a higher chance of depression.
Oh, for sure. It makes sense, though, right? When you think about that weight that debt can have on you emotionally, it can make you feel trapped,
Yeah.
hopeless even, and those feelings can really spiral. Studies actually show that people with a lot of debt have a 15 to 20% higher risk of mental disorders like depression. That's a significant increase.
Wow. So it's not just about the numbers in your bank account.
Right.
It's about how those numbers make you feel.
Yeah, absolutely. It's that emotional component that we often overlook. And it's not just personal debt either. The article also brings up the impact of job security.
Oh, right. So like not knowing if you're going to have a steady income.
Exactly. The Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, they found that unstable finances, whether it's due to low income or just that uncertainty about your job, it can really take a toll on your mental well-being. Creates this kind of cascade of worries that can be hard to shake off.
Okay, so we're painting a bit of a bleak picture here.
A little bit.
Money worries are everywhere and they can really mess with our mental health.
Right.
But the good news is,
Yes.
this article doesn't just leave us hanging with all this doom and gloom.
No, it definitely doesn't. It's not just about identifying the problem. It's about figuring out what we can do to actually improve both our finances and our mental state.
I like that. Taking control instead of letting things control us.
Exactly. Being proactive is key. And, the first solution they dive into is budgeting.
Budgeting. Okay, I know it's not the most exciting word.
It's not the sexiest topic.
But the article actually cites a study from Fanara that found that people who budget tend to feel less stressed about their money.
It's true. It's because when you have a clear plan for your money, you're not constantly guessing or worrying about overspending. Knowing where your income is going and where your expenses are can actually relieve a lot of that anxiety.
It's like taking the mystery out of it.
Exactly. And, a lot of people get intimidated by budgeting, but it doesn't have to be this big, complicated thing. The article suggests breaking your budget down into categories like housing, food, utilities, savings. That way it's easier to manage. You're not just staring at this huge, overwhelming number.
Yeah, those categories make it seem a lot more approachable.
Right. It's like creating a roadmap for your money so you know exactly where it's going and where you want it to go. And speaking of feeling secure, the next solution they highlight is building an emergency fund.
Ooh, an emergency fund.
Yeah.
Like a safety net, but for your finances.
Exactly. And it's not just about the money, it's about the peace of mind it gives you. Knowing that you have a cushion if something unexpected comes up, it can really reduce that financial stress.
So how much should we aim for in this emergency fund?
Well, Vanguard recommends having 3 to 6 months of living expenses saved up.
Okay, so that's a decent chunk of change.
It is, but you don't have to do it all at once. Start small.
Huh.
Even setting aside a little bit from each paycheck into a dedicated savings account, over time it adds up.
Okay, so consistency is key.
Absolutely. It's those small, consistent steps that make a big difference in the long run. And while we're on the topic of things that can cause a lot of stress, let's talk about debt.
Ooh, yeah, debt. That's a big one.
It is, and the article really stresses the importance of managing debt strategically, not just for your bank account, but for your mental health, too. It's about lifting that mental burden.
I can relate to that. I remember how good it felt to finally pay off some credit card debt. It's like this weight had been lifted and I could actually breathe easier.
Exactly, and it's not just a feeling. The National Bureau of Economic Research, they actually found a direct connection between high debt levels and poor mental health. So getting a handle on your debt isn't just about the numbers, it's a form of self-care.
Okay, so where do we even start with that? If someone's feeling overwhelmed by debt, what are some actual strategies?
Well, the article mentions two popular methods. There's the debt snowball, where you focus on paying off your smallest debts first,
Okay.
just to kind of build momentum and feel like you're making progress.
Yeah, I like that. Those quick wins can be really motivating.
They can. And then there's the debt avalanche, which focuses on tackling the debts with the highest interest rates first. This approach actually saves you more money in the long run.
So it's kind of like choosing your battle plan.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want those quick wins for motivation, or do you want to minimize the overall cost?
Exactly. It's about finding what works best for your individual situation and your personality. And here's something I think is really important. The article talks about seeking financial counseling.
Oh, that's a good point. I think a lot of people see financial counseling as a last resort.
Yeah, like something you only do if you're in dire straits.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be that way.
It really doesn't. It's a fantastic resource and often way more accessible than people realize. The article actually cites a study from the Journal of Financial Therapy that found people who worked with a financial counselor not only got better control over their money, but their mental health improved too.
So it's like having a coach in your corner to help you navigate the financial game.
Exactly. And, a lot of nonprofit organizations offer affordable or even free financial counseling. They can help with all sorts of things, from budgeting and debt management to creating a long-term financial plan.
That's good to know. So we've got budgeting emergency funds, debt management, and seeking help when we need it. What else does the article suggest?
Well, they shift gears a bit to talk about long-term financial security and how planning for the future can actually ease those worries about what's ahead. So things like investments and retirement savings.
I guess when you feel more secure about your future, it takes some of the pressure off the present.
Exactly. And it's not just a theory. A BlackRock survey found that people with long-term financial plans feel a lot more peace of mind than those who don't.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Well,
If you have a plan, it kind of frees up that mental space to focus on other things.
Right. And the article even gives some concrete advice on this. They suggest looking into employer-sponsored retirement plans like 401ks or opening an IRA.
It's like planting seeds for a future you where money isn't a constant source of stress.
I love that analogy. It really is. So we've gone from the widespread problem of money worries to some really practical solutions for taking control. And the best part is these strategies can work together to create a more stable foundation, both financially and mentally.
Right. It's like a holistic approach.
It is. It's not just about the money, it's about the whole person.
And I think that's a really important takeaway from this article.
Absolutely.
It's not just about having more money. It's about having more peace of mind, more freedom, more control over your life.
I couldn't agree more. It's about that sense of empowerment that comes with knowing you're in the driver's seat, you're making choices that align with your values and your goals.
And that can have a ripple effect on every aspect of your life.
It really can.
So I'm really glad we dove into this today. It's given me a lot to think about.
Me too. It's a reminder that we all have the power to create positive change in our lives, starting with our finances. And you know what? There's one more crucial piece to this puzzle that we haven't touched on yet. It's what makes all these strategies and solutions actually stick.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What is it?
The mindset shift. It's about more than just knowing the steps. It's about cultivating the right mental and emotional attitude to actually put them into action. Because managing money can be tough, it can be stressful, sometimes confusing, and it can make you feel like you're just not good with numbers or something.
Oh, I've been there. Feeling like everyone else has it figured out except for me. So what does it mean to have the right mindset for this?
It's about realizing that you have the power to change your situation. It's not about being a victim. It's about taking ownership of your finances and making choices that align with what you truly want. It's about becoming the boss of your own money instead of letting it boss you around.
Okay, I like that. Becoming the boss of your money.
Yeah.
So how do we do that? How do we make that shift?
Well, it starts with letting go of those limiting beliefs we often pick up about money. Things we were told growing up, like money doesn't grow on trees or rich people are bad. Yeah.
Yeah, those messages can really stick with you, even if you don't realize it.
They do. And they can sabotage our efforts without us even knowing. So the first step is to become aware of those beliefs and ask yourself if they're really true. Are they helping you or are they holding you back?
It's like taking inventory of your mental baggage about money and deciding what to keep and what to toss.
Exactly. You can actually reframe those beliefs into something more positive and empowering. It's like upgrading your financial operating system.
I bet that kind of shift can impact other areas of your life too, not just your bank account.
Absolutely. When you believe in your ability to manage money, well, it spills over. You feel more confident, more capable, and generally more optimistic about life.
It's like that feeling of control radiates outward.
It does. So besides reframing those negative beliefs, what else goes into this abundance mindset?
Okay, lay it on me.
Gratitude is huge. Instead of focusing on what you don't have, take time to appreciate what you do have. Your health, your relationships, even just having a roof over your head and food on the table. It shifts your perspective from scarcity to abundance.
It's like that whole counting your blessings thing, but applied to your finances.
Exactly. And when you cultivate that sense of gratitude, you might find that you start to attract more abundance into your life.
Okay, I'm trying to picture this in a practical way. Let's say someone is deep in debt and feeling really discouraged. How do they apply this gratitude thing?
It could be as simple as being thankful for a job that allows them to pay those bills or for the support of family or friends. It's about finding those glimmers of positivity even in tough situations.
It's like finding those little sparks of hope to keep you going.
Exactly. And along with gratitude, you need a good dose of patience too. This isn't a get-rich-quick scheme.
No, it's a journey.
It is. Building true financial stability takes time and effort. It's about setting realistic goals, making a plan, and sticking with it even when things get tough.
So consistency and perseverance are key.
They are. And remember, setbacks are part of the process. Everyone stumbles or makes mistakes along the way. The important thing is to view those as learning opportunities. Adjust your course and keep moving forward.
It's about being resilient and believing that you can achieve your goals even if it takes a little longer than expected.
Right. And here's a little secret. The journey itself is just as important as the destination. As you work towards financial stability, you'll learn so much about yourself, develop new skills, and grow as a person.
So it's not just about the end result. It's about the transformation that happens along the way.
I love that. It's about becoming the best version of yourself, financially and personally. It's a win-win.
Well said. So as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of money and mental health, I want to leave our listeners with a final question to ponder. What small step can you take today to start getting more control over your finances?
I love that. It's an invitation to take action and start experiencing those amazing benefits we've been talking about. Reduce stress, better relationships, improved health, and that feeling of empowerment that comes with being in charge of your own money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And remember, you don't have to do this alone. There are resources out there to help, like those fantastic folks at fithit.co.in who provided the insights for this deep dive. Be sure to check out their blog for more great advice on financial health and modern living.
It's a treasure trove of information.
It really is. And of course, if you enjoyed this episode, we'd love for you to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into the topics that matter to you.
We appreciate your support.
We do. Until next time, keep diving deep and keep striving for that awesome balance between your wallet and your well-being.
So it's kind of like picking your strategy, right? Do you want to go for those quick wins to get motivated, or do you want to focus on minimizing the cost in the long run?
It's like choosing your own adventure.
Exactly. And here's something that I think is super important. The article talks about seeking out financial counseling.
Oh, that's interesting. You know, I think a lot of people, they think of financial counseling as like this last resort.
Yeah, like you only go if you're like really in trouble.
Right. But it doesn't have to be that way.
Not at all. It's a fantastic resource. And actually, it's more accessible than a lot of people think. The article even mentions a study from the Journal of Financial Therapy, and they found that people who work with a financial counselor, not only do they get better control of their money, but their mental health improves too.
Wow. So it's like having a coach in your corner for your finances.
Exactly. And a lot of nonprofit organizations offer affordable or even free financial counseling services. They can help with all sorts of things: budgeting, debt management, creating a long-term financial plan.
It's like having a guide to help you navigate all the complexities.
Right. And it can be so helpful to have someone there to bounce ideas off of and get that expert advice.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So we've talked about budgeting emergency funds, debt management, and seeking help when we need it. What else is on the list?
Well, now the article kind of shifts gears a bit to focus on long-term financial security
Okay.
and how planning for the future can actually ease a lot of those worries that we have about what's ahead.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So thinking about investments and retirement savings.
I guess if you feel secure about your future, it takes some of that pressure off the present.
Right. And it's not just a theory either. A BlackRock survey found that people who have long-term financial plans, they feel a lot more peace of mind compared to those who don't.
So if you have a plan, you can kind of relax a little bit and focus your energy on other things.
Exactly. You free up that mental space. And the article even gives some concrete advice about this. They suggest looking into employer-sponsored retirement plans like a 401k or opening up an IRA.
It's like planting seeds for a future where money isn't this constant source of stress.
I love that analogy. It really is. So we've come full circle now, from the widespread problem of money worries to these really practical solutions for taking control.
It's like a roadmap to financial well-being.
It is. And the best part is that these strategies can all work together to build a more stable foundation for you both financially and mentally.
It's about taking a holistic approach,
It's about recognizing that our finances and our mental health, they're interconnected.
right? It's not just about having more money. It's about having more peace of mind.
More freedom, more control over your life.
And that can have a ripple effect on every single area of your life.
Absolutely. And you know what? It's really empowering to realize that we all have the power to create positive change in our lives. And a lot of times it starts with our finances.
It's about taking that first step.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there's one more crucial piece to this whole puzzle that we haven't really talked about yet.
Okay, what's that?
It's the thing that makes all of these strategies and solutions actually stick.
I'm all ears.
It's the mindset shift. It's
Yeah.
about more than just knowing the steps. It's about cultivating the right mental and emotional attitude to actually put them into action. Because, managing money can be tough. It can be stressful. It can be confusing.
Hmm.
Sometimes it even makes you feel like you're just not good with numbers or something.
Oh, yeah. I've totally been there. You know, that feeling like everyone else has it all figured out and you're the only one struggling.
We've all been there. But the truth is that we all have the power to change our situation. And it starts with shifting our mindset.
So how do we do that? How do we make that shift?
Well, it starts with letting go of some of those limiting beliefs that we often have about money. Those things we were told growing up, like money doesn't grow on trees or rich people are bad, those messages can really stick with us even if we're not even aware of it.
Yeah, it's like they become part of our subconscious programming.
Exactly. So the first step is to really become aware of those beliefs and ask yourself, are they really true? Are they actually helping you or are they holding you back?
It's like taking inventory of your mental baggage around money and deciding what to keep and what to toss.
Exactly. You could actually reframe those beliefs into something more positive and more empowering. It's like you're upgrading your financial operating system.
I like that.
Uh-huh.
So it sounds like this mindset shift, it's not just about our bank accounts. It can really impact other areas of our lives too.
Absolutely. When you believe in your ability to manage money, well, it spills over into everything. You feel more confident, more capable, and just generally more optimistic about life.
So it's like that feeling of control starts to radiate outward.
Exactly. And, besides reframing those negative beliefs, what else can we do to cultivate this abundance mindset?
Yeah, I'm curious about that. What are some other ingredients in the recipe?
Well, gratitude is a big one. Instead of focusing on what you don't have, take some time to appreciate what you do have. Your health, your relationships, even just having a roof over your head and food on the table. It really shifts your perspective from scarcity to abundance.
So it's like that whole counting your blessings thing, but we're applying it to our finances.
Exactly. And when you cultivate that sense of gratitude, you might actually find that you start to attract more abundance into your life.
Okay, I'm trying to picture this in a practical way. Let's say someone is, deep in debt and feeling really discouraged.
Yeah.
How do they apply this gratitude thing when things feel so tough?
It could be as simple as being thankful for a job that allows them to pay those bills or being grateful for the support of family or friends. It's about finding those little glimmers of positivity, even in difficult situations.
Like those little sparks of hope that can keep you going.
Exactly. And along with gratitude, you need a healthy dose of patience. This isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. Building true financial stability takes time and effort. It's about setting realistic goals, making a plan, and sticking with it, even when things get challenging.
So consistency and perseverance are key.
They are. And remember, setbacks are a normal part of the process. Everybody stumbles or makes mistakes along the way. The important thing is to view those as learning opportunities. Adjust your course and keep moving forward.
It's about being resilient and believing that you can achieve your goals, even if it takes a little longer than you expected.
Right. And here's a little secret. The journey itself is just as important as the destination. As you work towards financial stability, you're going to learn so much about yourself. You'll develop new skills and grow as a person.
It's not just about the end result. It's about the transformation that happens along the way.
Exactly. It's about becoming the best version of yourself, both financially and personally. It's a win-win.
Well said. So as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of money and mental health, I want to leave our listeners with a final question to ponder. What small step can you take today to start gaining more control over your finances? Doesn't have to be a huge thing, just one little action to get the ball rolling.
I love that. It's about taking that first step and then another and another. Before you know it, you'll be well on your way to experiencing those incredible benefits we've been talking about. The reduced stress, the better relationships, improved health, and that amazing feeling of empowerment that comes with being in charge of your own money.
Exactly. And remember, you don't have to do this alone. There's so many resources available to help, like those amazing folks over at fitandhit.co.in who provided the insights for this deep dive. Be sure to check out their blog for more fantastic advice on financial health and modern living. It's a goldmine of information.
It really is.
And of course, if you enjoyed this episode, we'd love for you to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into the topics that matter to you. Thanks for listening, everyone. Until next time, keep diving deep and keep striving for that balance between your wallet and your well-being.